In this tutorial, I will introduce you to the Rubistar web tool and its functions. When you're finished with this tutorial, you will be able to search for and create your own rubrics. I'll also leave you with some best practices for future use. Click the demo button to get started. Welcome to this demonstration of Rubistar, a web tool designed to create, edit, and host rubrics. To open Rubistar, type the address rubistar.forteachers.org in the address bar. The URL will take you to the main landing page where you can access all the features of this site. Rubistar is brought to the public by the U.S. Department of Education, and they recommend that you sign up for an account because registered users of this web tool can create, edit, and save rubrics for use in the future. You'll be providing your name, email, and a zip code for registration. If you prefer to use the site without registering, you can still search and create rubrics, but your creations or edits will only be available for 40 minutes and then they will be deleted. To learn more about the benefits of registering an account with Rubistar, click on the tutorial link and select Creating a Rubric that will be saved. There are two main features of the Rubistar web tool, and they are finding a rubric and creating a rubric. I can search for an existing rubric by clicking on the navigation links at the top right of the page, or by accessing Search for a Rubric on the bottom right window of the home page. From both links, I can access a search page that includes options for searching for a rubric by title, by author name, or by author email if I have that. I can type in up to 3 keywords. I would use this tool if I wanted to browse what other people have created. So let's search for a rubric that is related to instructional design and technology. And I'll go ahead and type in e-learning. The results have returned 9 pages of rubrics. And depending on my needs, I would browse these returns and select some options to review. So I'm going to click on Digital Storytelling Mobile Learning. And this opens up the rubric preview page. If I was to consider using this rubric, I would have my lesson plans or activities available to compare the categories and point values for a match, or as inspiration for creating my own original rubric. At this point, I could continue to spend a little time reviewing the rubric and looking for connections to my lesson plans or activities. Or I could go on to search for more rubrics or print this rubric by clicking here. After making these decisions, I'd head back to the home page. So now we're going to do some experimenting with creating a rubric from a template. On the bottom left portion of the home page, we can see the title Create a Rubric and 10 topic heading buttons. I'm going to select Multimedia. That selection takes us to the subtopic page, and so when you click on a subtopic, that will open up a template. We're now looking at the rubric subtopic template, and you will see a warning at the top of the screen that the page you're working on will expire in 40 minutes if you do not submit it for printing, saving, or publishing online. In other words, think about registering for a free account. To find out more about who created this rubric template content, click on the Hide Show link in the rubric description, and you'll see a list of contributors and a little bit of information about them. Fill in the other required boxes. Now we'll scroll down to creating and editing your rubric. This is where you'll construct the rubric. I would recommend that you have your lesson plan or your activity plans available so that you can compare the prepared content or customize it to meet your standard. Categories and point values are customizable. You can add your own category and change the point values to fit your needs. If you need to evaluate your students' proficiency in terms of descriptive words, you can change the point values to meet that need. So for the purposes of this demonstration, let's stick with the category options that are available here in the drop-down menu. Click the drop-down menu and select a category option. And watch the point value boxes as they're automatically populated with content to match the values. And you can see every time that you choose a category, it automatically populates the point values for you. Again, all this content is customizable. Once you're finished constructing your rubric, scroll down to the bottom of the page. And you'll see two options, submit or reload page. Reloading will reset the page and you'll lose your content. I'm going to submit. Submitting brings you to the preview of your rubric. And after reviewing it, you have the option to modify it. Once you decide you're happy with it, you can scroll down to the bottom of the page. And now you have the option to print or download the rubric or make it available online. So from here, we're going to go ahead and head back to the home page. So let's wrap up this demonstration. In exploring Rubistar, we learned that signing up for an account will allow us to save, edit, and share rubrics. We learned that we can still use this web tool without an account, but we won't have access to the benefits of saving, editing, and sharing our work. We learned how to use the web tool to search for existing rubrics made by other education professionals, and we learned how to use a template to create a rubric. We also talked about customizing subtopic rubrics to match our own lesson plans and activities. So this concludes the demonstration of the Rubistar web tool. Please answer the following two questions to check your understanding. True or false? You need to sign up for an account to save, edit, or share your created rubrics. True or false? The subtopic category, point values, and rubric content are customizable in the Create a Rubric template. Thank you for following along with me, and I hope that you find Rubistar Web Tool useful in your instructional design and technology journey.